Chapter 2. William's Claim to the English Throne. By the late 1040s, across the Channel, in the now united Anglo-Saxon Kingdom of England, the question of who would succeed the childless Edward the Confessor on the English throne would become a contentious issue that would lead to war. William was the first cousin once removed of King Edward of England. King Edward's maternal uncle was none other than Duke Richard II of Normandy, and Duke Richard II just happened to be William's paternal grandfather. It would seem that in 1051, Edward the Confessor had promised the English throne to his cousin William. Whatever King Edward actually desired or agreed to would be irrelevant at any rate. Godwin, the Earl of Wessex, was the most powerful man in England outside of the king. Earl Godwin would oppose any claimant to the English throne who was not to his satisfaction. During a brief falling out between Earl Godwin and King Edward, Godwin was exiled, and it was during this short-lived exile that Edward agreed to make William the heir to the English throne. Godwin would return to England in 1052 with an army at his back. As a result, King Edward and Godwin resolved their personal dispute, and the king returned the money, lands, titles, and all that which had been taken from the Godwin family during the exile. Godwin and his family status were restored in full. The Earl Godwin died soon thereafter in 1053, and his eldest son Harold took up the mantle as Earl of Wessex, with Godwin's other sons gaining lordships in Northumbria, Kent, and East Anglia. While en route to Normandy in 1064 on a diplomatic mission for King Edward, Harold was captured by one of Duke William's rebellious vassals. William paid Harold's ransom, whereupon William took Harold on his military campaign against Brittany. It was during William's invasion of Brittany that Harold Godwin swore an oath in which he renewed King Edward's desire for the English throne to go to William. Moreover, William states that Harold promised to support his claim to the English throne. This oath and Harold's perceived violation of it would become the core of William's argument to invade England. Most historians and armchair scholars disagree on the validity of the oath claim made by Norman chroniclers well after the fact.